thank you. The 118th Boston Marathon is today. A couple of hours, really. 36,000 participants and more than 1 million spectators are expected to gather in Boston for the first race since last year's bombing.
A group of local runners will also be running today, and this morning we have local runner Paul Epstein on the phone with us as he heads to the race site in Boston right now. And Paul, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. Tell us where you are. Set the scene for us this morning.
Well, we have just arrived in Hopkinton, the small town where the marathon starts. I'm sitting in a school bus in a line of about 30 school buses that I can see, and there are many already heading back to Boston to pick up other groups that are coming out here to Hopkinton.
Paul, you and your wife, avid runners. Cherie, thank you for joining us this morning. So now that you've arrived, now what? What happens next until the race starts?
Well, there's just, we've got about, the race starts for us at about 10 o'clock Eastern time, and so we've got a couple of hours, and there's just a kind of a nervous excitement like there is every year, but I think this year it's a little more, there's a little more somberness to the whole mood because there's so many stories of people overcoming obstacles to get back here from last year, and then of course those who are injured, and the local newspaper here, the Boston Globe, had story after story about those who were affected that are participating today in different ways.
And Paul, you were there last year, so describe your feelings because it was, you know, again, a nervous excitement last year and then everything happened. Now that you go through it again, what's going through your mind?
You know, a gratefulness, I think, that we experienced it last year. Not thankful that we experienced what we did, but that we experienced it and we have the opportunity to come back and sort of just maybe prove to ourselves or to the world that, you know, we're here and we're not going to stand for those things. And we're excited to be here, I think, more than any other year.
Paul, you have a Running Wild store in Pensacola and in Fairhope. What are some of your customers tell you and your wife before you set forth on today's run?
Oh my gosh, everyone has been praying and wishing us good luck. And I mean, people, I feel like more than ever, I've run this 9 times, I feel like more than ever this year, so many people are with us in spirit and mind and watching, and just for the entire Boston community and the running community across the world, really.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it. I know it's a big day for you, for your family, for the nation, really, as we watch the Boston Marathon today. Enjoy the experience, and we look forward to getting a recap from you once you cross the finish line, okay?
Sounds great. I'll give you a call. We just pulled up to the high school. The big Athletes Village sign is here, and so we are seconds away from exiting the bus. Thank you all again so much.
That's
Make us
awesome.
proud. We're so proud of you. Thank you, Boston Strong, you and your wife, Cherie, for joining us this morning. Oh, to hear firsthand. They were there last year, and here they are right now, just arriving moments ago.
And you see these school buses starting to arrive in Boston. This is a live look at what's happening as we get ready for the 118th running of the marathon. So an exciting day, but as Paul said, a somber day because a lot to remember as you go through those 26.2 miles today.
And of course, security is heightened because of it being the anniversary. We've already reported on earlier in the morning an accident that happened on a interstate where a bus and a taxi crashed. And, you know, it's safe to say people are nervous.
Yes.